guys, Michigan Prepared here. Sorry about any background noise. It's raining pretty good outside. But I'm not going to sugarcoat this shit. It's time to really start taking this stuff seriously. Holy, that's a whole lot of deer all over the highway. Anyway, sorry. Seeing pieces of deer everywhere just kind of threw my mind off track. Anyway, you have the House or whatever passing Resolution 559, which is, if you guys haven't heard of it, some of the other YouTube channels are talking about it. But if you guys haven't heard, House Resolution 559 basically says that we're not going to allow Iran to have nuclear weapons. Plain and simple. If they try building one, if they try enriching uranium, whatever the case may be, apparently we're going to do something about it. Yeah, and I really don't know what we're going to do about it. Apparently Joe Biden has come out and said, yeah, my forehead's greasy. Joe Biden has come out and said that apparently we built a new nuclear bomb. Apparently it's a gravity bomb and it's 24% bigger, or 24 times bigger, whatever, than the Hiroshima bomb that we dropped back in, what was it, World War, whatever, I don't know. I'm kind of dumb on my history, guys, so don't hold it against me. Anyway, so this new nuclear bomb we got is apparently 24 times bigger than that. Well, and then at the same time, Russia comes out and says, well, screw your bomb. We got one that's like 10 times the size of the one that you're claiming that you just built. Apparently, Palestinians, Hamas, say they have a nuclear weapon. Hamas is asking for a ceasefire from Israel. And Iran and Hamas say that if they don't get their ceasefire, which Israel already said, absolutely not, no way in hell, not gonna happen. But Israel and, or not Israel, but Hamas and Iran have both said that if there's not a ceasefire, America's gonna get bombed. Well, it's time to tie your bootstrings tight, guys, and get serious about this shit. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna bullshit you. I'm not gonna baffle you. It is what it is. Regardless if it's being said or not, it's my personal opinion that we are in World War III. You got so many countries right now at each other's throats. You got what? The U.S. and China, the U.S. and Russia, the U.S. and Syria, U.S. and Iran. You got Israel and Syria. You got China and Taiwan. You got North Korea and Japan and South Korea. I mean, and there's more that I'm forgetting because there was a couple more that just started up. I mean, everybody's at war, guys, and the threats here on U.S. soil are getting severe. I'm hearing rumors that the Wars Power Act has been enabled. And you know what that means? It means there's not going to be a 24 election until all this is done. Because according to the Wars Power Act, if I read it correctly, leave it in the comment section below if you guys know better and if I'm wrong. But if I read it correctly, basically the War Powers Act says that during the time of war, a new president will not be elected, even though it may be an election year, only because the current sitting president holds all the paperwork and all the knowledge as to what's going on throughout the world. And then is not the time to be bringing in a new president right in the middle of war. I don't believe that's exactly how it's worded. As a matter of fact, I can pretty much guarantee that's not exactly how it's worded. But that's basically what it boils down to. That's basically what it says. At least one portion of it. So I mean, guys, it's do or die, man. You guys really need to have a place picked out for a bug out location. And actually, I was watching a bug out scenario on YouTube last night while I was at work. Don't tell nobody. Anyway, so basically, this guy made a couple good points that I kind of want to talk to you guys about. A couple things that I'd like to go over. And that is, okay, when you're looking for a bug out location, you don't want it right off of a main 2-track. You don't want it, I mean, you want it somewhat close to water, but you don't want to be right on the water. You don't want it right off of any footpaths, any trails, anything like that. The best thing you guys could do, and hunters will know what I'm talking about, and if you're not a hunter, I'll try to explain it the best that I can. Alright, so in any forested area, wherever you can find animal droppings, or animal footprints, or something like that, if you look through the grass and the leaves, even the leaves, real carefully, you'll see like a V pattern kind of carved through it. Animals walk one foot in front of another. They don't walk with their feet side by side. So it carves this really narrow V pattern path, and usually winding through the woods. If you follow that path, especially a deer path, basically what you're going to come up on is really thick, really heavy, dense brush that me and you would find a pain in the ass to get through. To whereas if we came up on that, we're going to be like, hell no. And we're going to find a way around. It doesn't matter if we got to walk an hour out of our way, we're going to find a way around as opposed to trying to get through all this brush. Anyway, so check it out. If you find these game trails, they usually have a path weaved throughout this brush. I mean, animals are smart. They find the easiest way through, whatever. But they use this thick brush for cover. Basically, they go where nobody else is going to go. And that is the best sort of place to find when it comes to bugging out. Now, are you going to be able to get, like, my survival trailer back there? Absolutely not. But if you guys are bugging out on foot, if you guys have bug out packs, and you guys are bugging out on foot, that might be something you want to consider. Relatively close to water, not on the water, because you're going to get eaten alive by mosquitoes and everything else, especially throughout the summer months, but relatively close, and you want to follow the game trail, and you want to be in the thickest part of the brush possible, because that's where somebody else is not going to want to go. Me, on the other hand, I got a couple areas in mind for myself, and I'll give you a couple ideas on what my area is looking like. One spot that I have in mind is private property, the place I filmed the hunting video just the other day for you guys. And some other places that I have in mind. Sorry guys, I got like a nasal thing going on. Anyway, is federal/state land. And the spots that I have picked out, they're relatively close to water. They're not right on it. Relatively easy to get to. Would be probably about a 15-minute walk to get to my water source. It's backed by a pretty big river. And the embankment is way up high over the river. The river's down low. So it's a great vantage point. You're not going to approach my camp from any side but one. And I like it that way because if I hear something, I know where it's coming from. And being up on the ridge, I can tell if somebody's trying to cross the river to get to my camp. And I can defend that area accordingly. I've I've also considered bugging in, you know, staying at my house where everything already is. But there's a couple scenarios that I have in play to where I would actually bug out. So, say for instance, if all hell breaks loose, we lose power, we lose internet, we lose everything, stores are being rummaged through and looted, and riots are happening, and there's death in the streets, and there's just all-out chaos. Well, first of all, I'm going to be paying attention to, well, how close is it to my house? Second of all, I'm going to be seeing, is there any fires in the area? Is there, is my family at risk? If it gets too crazy, I'll be bugging out. But for the most part, I think right now I'm going to be bugging in. My entire city block, with the exception of one house, we're all on the same level. We're all well protected, and we all vow to work together. So in my scenario, is it best to bug out to the middle of nowhere? Well, depending on the circumstances at home. Is it getting too deadly? Are there, people just shooting through houses for no reason? Or, whatever the case may be, yeah, well, then I might bug out. Get my family to safety. As a matter of fact, I might get them out initially and then just stay back at my house and defend my house. And then potentially go grab my family and bring them back. I don't know yet. It really all depends on your comfort level in your neighborhood, your neck of the woods, when all hell breaks free. But you guys, it is time. It is definitely time to start picking a location. You want it secluded. You want a water source. You want decent soil. You want decent cover. You're going to need to be able to, you're possibly going to need to be able to plant a garden. You're going to need to be able to, get water and filter it, take a bath, and be able to cook dinner. You want it in a fairly decent gamey area, whether it be rabbit or squirrel or deer, or turkey, whatever. You guys are going to need to be able to eat. So it's really time to buckle down. Just a second, sorry. Oh man, that took longer than expected. Apparently I was really thirsty and, excuse me. My throat was really dry. Anyway, so there's a bunch of things that you guys are going to want to look for. But it's time to buckle down, guys. I mean, if I read things correctly, the Wars Power Act has been enabled. Iran and Syria / Hamas are threatening to bomb the U.S. And I'm pretty sure they're going to get help from either Russia or China or North Korea or one of our other enemies. It's just getting crazy, guys. It's way out of control. And at this point, it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. I've always said it, and I'm always going to say it. I don't think we can go backwards, guys. We're at a deflection point to where somebody is going to have to be the victor. There's so much going on, and regardless what this propagandic news media BS tells you on TV, there's no way that this is going to end without somebody, claiming to be the victor. This isn't going to end without some sort of mass devastation, I don't believe. Because there's just too much going on. I got indigestion or something, guys. I am really sorry. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, yeah, it's not going to end without some sort of mass devastation. We're just too deep into it. for the entire globe to just call a ceasefire and go back to normal everyday lives is not going to happen, guys. Israel is bombing the living piss out of Hamas. Hamas and Israel are getting to the points they're actually killing civilians. What was it? Hamas bombed Israel, and a mom and like 3 daughters were killed. Civilians, not war, Marines or military or whatever. They were civilians. So then Israel responded and killed a civilian over in Syria, Hamas, whatever. Sorry, I don't know my countries that well. All I know is what I've been told. Anyway. It's just getting out of control. The fact that we just built a new nuclear weapon, why? The fact that Iran is threatening us like crazy, and they got backers like Russia and China and North Korea. The fact that Hamas is threatening us, and they already said that there's going to be, war on U.S. soil. So I mean, it is what it is, I guess. What the hell else was it I was going to talk to you guys about? I done forgot. This idiot didn't know if he was going to exit or not. Fucking moron. Anyway. Now he's riding real close to my trailer. What the hell is wrong with this guy? What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my god. Can't stand people. Sorry about the language, guys. Anyway. Oh man, I totally lost train of thought. What was I gonna tell you guys about something that was going on? Oh, that's what it was. I don't know if it's like the Federal Reserve. It's a place, 33 something street. It's a building with no windows. It houses a lot of gold. It's like a gold reserve or something like that. Anyway, they just got an extremely large order, apparently, for freeze-dried food. Like the largest order that they've ever seen for freeze-dried food. Why? Why is everybody starting to go underground? Iran is going underground. Everybody's buying freeze-dried food. Everybody's like getting nuclear weapons ready. All kinds of freaking nuclear treaties are being broken and cast aside, and you guys, it's all hell is fixing to break loose. I don't know when. I'm assuming probably soon. But then again, I couldn't give you a time frame on soon either. Soon could be a year. Soon could be 2 months from now. I don't know. But the way things are escalating, especially now that Israel, Hamas, and Iran are in the game, this whole House Resolution 559 is some scary shit. I mean, how are we, it'd be like a grown man telling another grown man not to do something. Well, how the hell are you going to tell me not to do something, I don't need your advice, your opinion. And I guarantee you that's how Iran is going to be looking at the U.S. Well, who cares what you guys say? Who are you to tell us what the hell to do? We are our own country. We're not ruled by you. And not that I'm sticking up for Iran, but you know what I'm saying? You can't tell another country what to do. Like, I think the U.S. thinks it's way more powerful than what it really is. We can't fight everybody. Russia, Iran, Hamas, and China, and North Korea. There's no way in hell we can fight all these countries all at the same time. There's just no way. And I don't give a shit who out there watching these videos is telling me, oh yeah, we got the technology. It's nothing to sweat. Bullshit. Bullshit. Most of our surface-to-air missiles, basically our missile-destroying missiles, cannot keep up with half the shit that Russia has. We just can't do it. Their missiles are too fast. Ours are not. Our Minuteman II missiles, or whatever the hell they're called, that are supposed to take other enemies' missiles out of the air. Well, we can't keep up with Russia's nuclear missiles. We cannot do it. I don't give a shit what you say, who you are. I don't care if you claim to be in the Army, the Navy, and the Marines. I don't give a shit. We don't have the capability to do it. It's already been proven. And shit's gonna hit the fan, guys. That's all there is to it. It's literally gonna hit the fan. I just don't know when. So take this serious, guys. I mean, it's time to keep your gas tanks at least half full. Gas is fixing to spike really soon. If you guys got like an old fuel drum, 55-gallon drum for fuel, and you have the extra money, go top it off. Go fill it up. You're going to need some extra hands to help get it off your trailer or truck or whatever, but go fill it up. It's time to stock up on your propanes. It's time to stock up on your lamp oils and, whatever you can, guys. Whatever you can afford to do, it's time to do it. Have your bug out bags ready. Have your emergency food ready. If there's, if you park your car in a garage at night and you got like a station wagon style vehicle, like a Subaru Forester or a minivan or a truck with a topper or a full-size van, whatever you guys have, maybe it's time to get your shit in there now. That way it's there when you need it. Especially if you park your car in a garage, that way you ain't got to worry about nobody breaking into it. And I suggest if you guys do load your trunks or your back ends up with all your emergency gear and supplies and whatever else to bug out with, cover it with a blanket. Make it look like nothing's back there. I don't know. Do whatever you guys need to do now, but it is done being time to play around. Time to play around is over. This shit is escalating at an exponential rate. Can't believe I actually pronounced that word right. It's getting crazy. Whereas the war between Russia and Ukraine was pretty slow rolling. I mean, we're into it, over a year now? And they're still just bickering, whatever, basically. This crap with Iran and Israel, there's so many ships out in the sea. It's never happened before. This amount of ships from all these different countries, the U.S. and everybody else, that many ships in one location has never happened before. There are I don't know the exact number. So many ships out there. You guys, it is time to take this shit seriously. Get whatever you can. Your food, your water. Don't forget about your pets, damn it. Make sure you're stocking up on pet food. And it's time to have a plan. It's time to practice your plan. How long does it take you to get from your house to your bug out location? How long does it take you, if your car's in the garage, to take your stuff out of your house and load it into your car and get out to your bug out location? You're going to want to get that number as low as possible. The first 24 hours, the first 24 to 48 hours from some sort of severe scenario happen, whether it's a nuclear weapon, whether it's an EMP, regardless, if our power goes out, within the first 24 hours, you're going to see runs on stores. You're going to see rioting. You're going to see looting. You're going to see all kinds of shit. 48 hours, you're going to see people's homes getting broke into. You're going to see people getting robbed. People are going to go into a full-blown panic. I'm a truck driver. I'm currently in a truck. I used to haul food for a living. Now I haul auto parts. Either way, my point is I know for a fact that stores only have a maximum of 3 days worth of food with their current clientele. So after 72 hours, guys, shit is gonna be absolutely insane. There's gonna be murders, rapes, breaking and enterings. There's gonna be looting. There's gonna be fires. There's gonna be all kinds of shit. Your first 48 hours is critical. I know most everybody listening, whatever you guys have ready, can probably get it loaded up within the first 48 hours, I would hope. Pay attention to your surroundings. If it's already getting out of control within the first 40 or 24 hours, maybe it's time to get the hell out. Get to your bug out location. Make sure you're not followed. Take anything and everything that you possibly can from your house. I'm not talking about TVs. TVs are useless. I'm not talking about your lazy boy recliner. It's going to be useless. I'm talking about your tents, your blankets, your pillows, your food, your water, your animals' food. Obviously, your kids. I mean, some of y'all might want to leave your kids behind. That's cool. No, it's not cool. I'm lying. It's not cool. Don't do that. Don't leave your kids behind. You might think about doing it, but don't do it. Anyway. Take the essentials, guys. Whatever's going to keep you alive. Propane tanks, cooking devices, fire boxes, portable wood stoves. Whatever it is that you got, make sure you take it. And I don't know. We're at 25 minutes, guys. By the time I edit this, it'll probably be 27, 28 minutes, whatever. I'm not trying to keep you all that long. But I'm not going to sugarcoat this shit. It is dead serious. The U.S. generals and the House representatives and everybody are looking really concerned, guys. And it's time to take this shit serious. There's a lot of people heading for the hills. And by the hills, I mean their bunkers. Something is going on. Keep your heads on a swivel, y'all. Get stocked up. Take this shit seriously. Get prepared. Hopefully there's a next time. I love y'all. Keep your heads on a swivel. Bitch, can prepare it out.